Hey everyone, I'm back for another episode of a Declutter series. I have another box here with several polishes that I have just decided to part with. I either have not used them, haven't used them in a long time, or I don't care for the formulas. So we're going to go ahead and go through what is in DESTASH box number 2, and let's get into it. So I have a couple Orleys in this box. There's this one in Berry Intuitive. I haven't used this one in a long time. I don't even know if I've actually wore it. This is part of their breathable line. I have colors very, very similar to this between OPI and Essie's that I felt like I could probably destash this one just because I haven't wore it. I don't know if I've wore it at all. There's nothing wrong with these Orleys in this box. I just don't reach for them. I have polishes mostly from Essie and OPI that are very similar to a lot of these Orleys. I have this one in Pep in Your Step. The formula on this one was a little finicky, if I recall correctly. This is also from the breathable line. This is a line of polish. If you are unfamiliar, this is a treatment plus nail polish all in one. You're not supposed to need a base coat or top coat with this polish, but sheer, in my opinion, I haven't used it in forever, so I'm going to pass it on. Another one from Orly. This one has been in here for a while. I had this, and I've worn it once, I think. This is Strawberry Fields Forever. This is a polish I got at TJ Maxx. I just wasn't a fan of the finish on this one. It's kind of like that metallic-y finish. It's a like terracotta pink base, and it's got peach shimmer in here. This is a polish you can't actually get anymore. I wasn't a fan of it when I used it. I just didn't like the finish of this one, so I'm going to pass that one along as well. We have another Orly here. This one is like a bright coral. This one is called Beauty Essentials. Again, nothing wrong with this one. I just don't wear it. I've got a drawer full that is half full of Orleys, and I'm trying to thin out my Orly collection just so somebody else can use these that may enjoy them more than I do. Nothing wrong with them, I just feel like they're not getting used. I have this one. I've hung on to this for a while. This is in Luxe, and I think I got it in a DESTASH quite a while ago. I have never wore it. I'm not a big fan of gold polish, and I have one similar to this color by China Glaze, I think. So I was kind of trying to figure out which one do I keep, which one do I DESTASH, and I feel like this one, I've never wore it, so it's been in my collection for several years, and I just have not reached for it because I'm not a big fan of gold polish. This is another one I got in a DESTASH. This is, I don't know if it's a topper, I'm not really sure. This one is called Halo. I've never used it. It is a really pretty gold. I might put this one aside for now just to see if I want to reach for it when I do like holiday manicures. This is a really pretty gold polish. I don't think it gets opaque on its own. I'm not sure. This is also an old polish. You can see here it's got that traditional skinny brush. I would say it's probably more of a topper type polish. I'm not sure. If you guys have this one or you're familiar with it, let me know. I'm going to put that one aside though, just to think about. This is another polish from Orly that I've had. I bought it at TJ Maxx and I've never wore it once. It's pretty. I'm just not sure why I haven't wore it. This is Skinny Dip. This is a really pretty blue that has some subtle shimmer in there. I'm not sure why I haven't wore this. I think just because my collection is so big. I've just never wore it. I bought it and it's never gone on my nails, and I've had this for years. I think part of it was I felt like the formula was a little bit on the thin side, and I think that's kind of what made me not want to wear this one. It's pretty. Do I need it? I'm gonna set that one aside. I'll revisit that. This next one, many of you are probably going to be shocked by. This is Catch You Later. My camera is not making this accurate. In person, it is a bright, almost neon orange. I wore this as a pedicure last year. I loved it as a pedicure, but I don't like polishes like this on my nails specifically. I just feel like with my skin tone, again, it's looking a little bit muted on camera. In person, it's a brighter neon orange. What you guys are seeing is more of like almost like a golden orange, golden yellow. I didn't like this on me. I wore it, and while I didn't mind it as a pedicure, I don't know if I would reach for it. So I feel like I'm going to go ahead and give that one to someone else. I have an Essie here. This is in here because I have a duplicate of it. This is Blooming Friendships. I have 2 bottles of this one and the other one, and I feel like I don't need both. While I love this color, I don't feel like I need both in there, so I feel like I'm going to pass that one on. I have another Orly here. I've never wore this one. Needs a good shake too. This is Starstruck, and I think it was in that collection, Strawberry Fields Forever. I've never wore this one. I'm not sure how old of a polish it is. I've had it for a while. It's a little bit more of like a squishy base. I just feel like I haven't wore it. I kept telling myself I was going to put it over something like an undie, but I have not done so, so I'm going to send that one along. This is a KL polish I got in a DESTASH. This is Lumiere. This is in here because I don't wear polishes like this. This color is just not my cup of tea. So I did decide to pass that one along. I've got a couple Revlons in here that I've had and I haven't wore. There's this one in Uninhibited. This is not my kind of color. This is Revlon Red. I don't reach for these. I used to wear these a long time ago, and I think most of these have skinny brushes. This one actually has a paddle brush on it, but I feel like it's just a little bit sheer in formula, and I just haven't wore it. I've got other colors that are similar enough that I reach for. There is this one, and this is a really pretty polish. This is Passionate. I don't know what the brush looks like on these. This one has their traditional skinny brush, as you guys could see. Not my cup of tea. I have other polishes. I have one from Orly. I've got one from Essie that have better brushes. So I'm going to pass that one. This one is Bewitching from Revlon. I got and haven't used them. I haven't worn them once. This one also has, this does have the wider brush. I might keep this one actually. It does have that beautiful wide brush there. I feel like I'm going to put this one aside and see. That is a really pretty color. I will revisit that one here. I may hang on to that. There's another Revlon. This is Cherries in the Snow. I have a Revlon lipstick in this same color and absolutely adore it. I have never used the polish form though. I don't know why I haven't. This has a traditional skinny brush. I feel like the Revlon Cherries in the Snow lipstick is a different shade. This is more pink. The lipstick itself is more red. So I don't know if colors have changed, but I'm going to get rid of that one as well. This was one I was contemplating keeping. This one I got for $1 at Walmart in 2020. This is Irresistible. It is a really pretty periwinkle. I don't know if this has a different brush on it. I don't remember. This one does have a wide brush, but I have polishes from Essie that look just like this. I only paid $1 for this one, so I think I'm going to pass it on to somebody else. Got another Orly. I got this at TJ Maxx. I've never wore it. This is Improv. I don't know what the gold cap is for. I don't know if this was a different collection. If you know, let me know. This is a pretty polish, but I've never wore it. And again, I have so many Orlys. I do get Orly polish in PR, so I'm trying to thin out my collection and make room for what I'm going to be getting sent in PR. So I'm trying to just be clear cut with this and just de-stash what I can. There's this one from the Breathable line from Orly. This is Stronger Than Ever. This is beautiful, but I wasn't a fan of the formula. I felt like this was really sheer. It was a good 3-coater. While it's pretty, I don't reach for it. I wore it once and was disappointed, so I'm going to get rid of that one. I have a couple NCLA polishes in here. These are in here because I don't like the formula. This one is Zodiac, and then this one is Do Not Disturb. This one here is a really jelly-esque polish, as you can see. This one I wasn't a fan of. I felt like the formula was awful on both of these polishes, so I'm going to de-stash those. There's this one from KL Polish. This is Zoe. It's in here because I accidentally got 2 from a de-stash. This is a really pretty, like, mauve-based neutral. This is it up against this one in Lumiere that we're going to de-stash. I have this one in Zoe already, so I don't need both. I've got some from Nailtopia in here. I don't like these. One, I don't like the formulas all that well. I bought them thinking I was going to love them. I don't like the brush situation. I don't know about you guys, but I just don't like the brush slash cap situation on these, so I'm going to destash this one. This is Ball Baby. There's another one from Nailtopia. This one is called Into the Wind. Again, same packaging situation. I just don't like their packaging, so I'm not keeping it. This is one I've had forever. I'm going to destash. This is Wet n Wild Fast Dry. This is, I think I wrote on what it is. It's Basic Beach. I don't use it. There's nothing wrong with it. The formula's still good. I just don't reach for this polish, and I haven't wore it in years, so I figured time to get rid of it. I've got a couple polishes from a destash that I put in here. This one, the glitter has settled to the side here. This is by a brand, Black Cat Lacquer. They no longer make polishes. This is Let Them Eat Cake. You can see here all of those glitters are stuck to the side. I don't know if there's even mixing balls in here, but this has been laying for a while. I got it in a destash. It's like pastel glitters with holographic micro glitter. I just didn't see myself reaching for it. I liked the idea, but I felt like it just was not my cup of tea. So I'm going to pass that one on. I have another one from a destash. This is my polish. This is Crazy Diamond. This is April 2016, so it's been around a while. This is pretty, but again, I haven't wore it once, and it's been in my collection since sometime last year, so I'm just going to pass that on. I have a couple from Studio M. I don't reach for these either. They're inexpensive polishes, but I just don't wear them. This is You're a Queen. It's a really pretty bright purple. I have this one in Lightning Blue. Basic cream polishes. They're good for what they are. I just don't reach for them. I have this one from Studio M. This is a bright neon called Jelly Sandals. Really, really bright. Definitely brighter than it is looking on camera. Don't reach for that one either. I have an Essie Expressi in here. I've come to find I don't care for Essie Expressi polishes. I just don't like the brush situation and the tall skinny bottles. I'm afraid I'm going to knock it over, and I can't get past the slanted angled brush, so I'm going to pass this one on. This is Mic Drop It Low. It's a really pretty polish. I just don't like the brushes in those polishes. I have one from Essie here. I've tried to make this one work and didn't like the formula. This is Gelato, which is a cult classic in the nail polish community. This just was not cutting it for me. It was really streaky, not something I wanted to work with. So I'm going to pass it on. Another Nailtopia polish. This one is called What the Health. This is pretty, but again, I don't like the packaging. I have this one. This is Surf's Up. I haven't worn this one either. This is by Studio M. Was from a destash. This is Femme Fatale. There's no name on this one. This is a really pretty holographic polish, but I think my issue with it was the formula. It was like a 3-coat polish, and it's got that skinny brush that I'm not a fan of. This is kind of like a jelly polish. It's pretty, but I wasn't a fan of it. Another polish that I got in destash. This is Blush Lacquer, Life in the Underworld. This is, again, beautiful. I just wasn't a fan of it. It was a solid 3-coat polish, and I don't know what it was. I just didn't like it for some reason, so I'm going to pass that one on as well. Another Lights Lacquer. I bought this at Dollar Tree, I think. Actually, TJ Maxx. This is a squishy polish. This is Melancholy. Not my cup of tea. And the color itself, why I thought it was going to be pretty. It's so-so. It is a 3-coat polish. Not something I want to hang on to. Studio M. This is Go Fish. It's a really fun glitter. I've never wore it though. I've had it sitting in my collection for a long time, and it's still sitting there. I have a couple polishes from Live Love Polish. This is Ethereal Chill. I don't wear these. I want to say these are magnetic polishes. Yeah, this one is a magnetic, but I don't reach for them. I felt like this was not my cup of tea. Let's see if you guys can see the magnetization here. Kind of, I felt like the magnetization wasn't all that strong, so I'm just going to pass that one on too. It's not my cup of tea. This is one I went back and forth on. This is one of my favorites, but I haven't wore it in over a year. This is LBK Rock and Rose. I got this clearanced out at Walmart in 2020. It's a really pretty polish. It's got shimmer in it. While I love it, I don't wear it. I don't reach for this. For Nailtopia, this one is Loverboy. Another Nailtopia. This one is called Queen of Queens. Not a color I wear. I don't like peachy polishes on my skin tone, so I'm passing that one along as well. Have a couple LA Colors. This one is Wired. Not a fan of LA Colors polishes for packaging reasons, so I'm getting rid of that. A topper I have not wore in a long time. This is Believe Beauty's Roulette. I wore this maybe once, and it's just been sitting in my collection, so I want to give it to somebody that will show it more love than I have. So I have this one from Nailtopia. This is Don't Kill My Vibe. It's a really pretty red, kind of like a squishy red, but just not my cup of tea. I have another Essie Expressi in here. This one is Throw It On. Wait, yeah, Throw It On. I have a couple Zoyas in here. There's a Pixie Dust. This one is Tomoko. I don't like textured polishes, so I'm going to pass that one along. This one's in here. I have a dupe of this, so this is Zoya's Peyton. I have two of this one, so I wanted to kind of destash one just because I don't need two. I have a polish from Baroness X. This is Plasma Globe from Polish Pickup for May 2019. I didn't like this polish. It was rather sheer, in my opinion. I was not a big fan. I don't think it's a magnetic. Maybe it is. Nope, it's not a magnetic. I've had it for well over a year, have not wore it. Another Zoya. This is another textured polish as well. Got this in a DESTASH. This is Cosmo. It's pretty, but I don't wear it. Another Live Love polish. This is Like a Dream. Pretty, just don't wear it. Another Orly. This is in here because I have two of this one. This one is called Stiletto on the Run. I don't need two of that polish, so that's why that's in here. Sassy and Chic 938, really pretty polish, doesn't get opaque on its own, and I don't wear it. I've wore it once. Thought I would pass that one along. More Nailtopia. I have this one in Indigo to Ibiza. Again, not a fan of the packaging on these. A bunch more Nailtopia. I have this one in Ride or Die. These are pretty, I just don't like the packaging. This one is Curveball. Another green. This is Green Goddess. They're bio-sourced chip-free nail polish. I just did not like the way the brushes are. I don't like the caps either. I'm probably just being a little picky, but I have never used these. I've had them in my collection forever and knew I didn't like the packaging. So this is Glow Up. Kind of like a mac and cheese yellow. I got a bunch of these at Ulta, I think, just to try them out, and I just didn't like them. That's the tea. You guys will have to let me know what you think of this brand, if you like it, or if you're like me and you just don't care for it. This one is I See You. A couple more. I have a green here. This is Tickle My Fancy. It's pretty, but I've got polishes similar. So there's that. I have this one, Ugly Bottle Syndrome for sure. It's been laying for a while. This is Love That For You. Another blue from Nailtopia. This one is not even sure what that says. There's numbers on there, so I don't know what that one is. Another Baroness X. This is Celestial Warrior. Again, I've never wore it. I'm just really trying to be cutthroat and try to just destash this polish. I don't know how I haven't destashed it yet. I've had this for a long time. This is Sally Hansen Mega Strength Like a Girl. This formula chipped on me when I wore it back in 2020, 2021. It chipped on me in 24 hours, and I have not tried it since. I thought there's no sense in that. I'm going to just get rid of it. Sally Hansen Insta-Dry. I'm not a fan of these polishes. They're good for what they are, but I just don't use them. This is Grease Lightning. It's a dark gray cream. Got some OPI minis in here. These are in here because I don't like the mini polishes. This is Kyoto Pearl. Tickle My Francie, I think. This is Big Apple Red, which I have a big bottle of, so I'm going to pass this on. This one might be, I'm not sure if I know the name of this. I was going to say Malaga Wine, but I don't think that's it. And then I have this dark one here. I just don't use them. I don't like the packaging. Another one from Nailtopia. This is Hula Girl. And finally, I have this from Sally Hansen Extreme Wear. This is Silver Storm. I haven't used this in years. I've got polishes from Essie that look just like this that I like a little bit better, so it's going to somebody else. So that's it, guys. That is everything that I have to destash. I will look over those other polishes I set aside to decide if I want them or not, or if I'm going to get rid of them. I will be getting rid of these here in the next couple weeks. But that is it for this destash. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and we'll see you later.